Today we're covering accounts payable in Zoho Books, vendor setup, and entering and paying bills the right way, and how to catch the payment matching mistakes that cause the most headaches. By the end of this video, you'll have a clean, repeatable process for managing accounts payable in Zoho Books. Accounts payable is the flip side of accounts receivable. It's what your business owes to vendors for goods or services you've already received but haven't paid for yet. Managing it well keeps you from missing payments, incurring late fees, damaging vendor relationships, or losing track of what's actually due. Let's start at the vendor level, since a lot of accounts payable headaches trace back to setup. Head to Purchases, then Vendors, and click New. The first thing to watch is a default currency mismatch. If you're working with a vendor in a different currency, that has to be enabled properly under multicurrency settings, otherwise things won't add up correctly. The second is 1099 tracking. This isn't technically part of accounts payable, but it's important enough that I don't want you to skip it. Under the Other Details tab on the vendor record, check the box to track payments made to this vendor for Form 1099 filing. Then enter their tax ID and attach their W-9 if you have it on file. Do this at setup so that you're not scrambling in January. Now let's talk about bills. This is where your AP liability actually gets created. Head to Purchases and then Bills. Quick note before we dive in, we won't be covering the purchase order to bill conversion process in this video, so if that's what you're looking out for, keep an eye out for a dedicated video on that. Bill numbers need to be accurate, just like invoice numbers on the AR side. It's how you track what you're paying and confirm you're not double paying. Let's walk through entering one. The bill date needs to be the date you actually received the bill, not the due date, not the date you're entering it into Zoho Books, the date it was received. That's what keeps your timing accurate. Net terms matter here too, and that's what determines your due date, and your due date is what your AP aging report is built on. If your company uses locations, tags, taxes, customers for billable expenses, or projects, make sure the correct ones are selected. I call this reckless clicking, when you just click through a form without paying attention, and it causes a surprising amount of downstream cleanup. Also make sure the bill is posting to the correct accounts on each line item. Don't let everything default to one general expense account if it actually belongs somewhere more specific. Attach a PDF or image of the actual bill for your records. Source documents matter a lot here, and if there's anything unusual or important about this bill, use the notes field so anyone else on your team looking at it later has that context. Now let's talk about paying that bill. When you create the vendor payment, the amount you enter as payment made should be the full amount you're paying on the bill itself. If the bank took out charges on top of that, those go on a separate bank charges line. They should not get lumped into the payment made field. Payment date should be the date you actually paid the bill, even if it hasn't hit your bank feed yet. Payment mode is just how you paid the bill. Check or ACH most commonly. Now here's the single biggest mistake I see, the paid through account. If you select the wrong account here, when you go to match this payment to a bank transaction later, it'll be sitting in the wrong place and won't line up. This is reckless clicking at its finest. Slow down on this field specifically. For the reference number, follow whatever convention your company uses. I personally like using the bill number the payment is for. It keeps a clean trail. And one more thing worth knowing here. You can start a payment either from the bill itself or from the vendor page. If you start it from the bill, you're generally locked into posting against just that one bill. If you start it from the vendor page instead, you can post that single payment against multiple bills at once. So if you're paying more than one bill together, start from the vendor. And if you're paying multiple bills with a single payment, make sure you're selecting the correct bills and allocating the payment correctly across them in the bill section area. Again, if anything's unusual, that note field is there for a reason. Use it. We're not quite done yet, But while we're here, go ahead and like and subscribe to Zenatta for more tips and tricks on making Zoho work for you. We appreciate every subscriber and every comment. It really helps us out. Alright, let's keep going. So, we've created this vendor payment. The last step is matching it in the bank feed once the transaction actually clears. Let's look at how this can go wrong and how to fix it when it does. In theory, you go to the bank account the transaction came through on, and the vendor payment shows up ready to match. But what if it doesn't show up? First, double-check the account on the payment is correct. Make sure it wasn't actually posted to the wrong account manually. Say, petty cash. Next, check your match filtering. Maybe this was paid by check and the vendor didn't cash it for 4 months. Make sure your date range in the filter is wide enough to actually catch it. For instance, here's a payment that came through on 7/18 but was actually paid 3/27. Are the amounts off? We have a vendor payment for 2405 here, and 2400 is what our vendor payment says. That's a $5 discrepancy, and we have the same issue here on this one for $468, where it says 460 here. So we're going to go back to the payments made area. We're going to select the payments that we actually made. And then we click Edit, and we add those charges. This one had a $5 bank charge. And this one had an $8 bank charge. Now we scroll back down, we click into our checking account, and we see if that vendor payment matches. And now it does, because we added the bank charge for that one and for this one. Now we're going to match this last one. Did you select every bill this payment was covering, or did you accidentally pay in excess? A good example of when this happens is our demo company 14 here that has unused credits of 140 and outstanding payables of 140. So when we drill down on this, we can see that we had a payment come through that didn't quite cover the full amount of this bill. So when we select this payment and we edit it, we can scroll down and see, 140 in excess. This wasn't actually captured. So when we adjust this to be the full amount, there's no amount in excess, and both bills are paid in full. And now, Demo Company 14 does not have any outstanding payables or unused credits. On a monthly or quarterly cadence, depending on the size of your business, check your accounts payable aging summary and aging detail reports. It'll show you what you owe by vendor and how overdue it is, so you catch a forgotten bill before it becomes a problem, or worse, damages a vendor relationship. To look at these reports, you're going to click on the Reports tab over here on the side, and then you're going to go to Payables. Then you're going to see your AP aging summary and your AP aging details. Your AP aging summary is a summary of every vendor and what you owe them, put into buckets of 1 to 15 days, 16 to 30 days, 31 to 45 days, and more than that. If you need different buckets, you can select here and change the amount of intervals you see and the length of the intervals. Here you can see I've adjusted it to show 3 buckets of months instead of days and 4 buckets. Your AP aging detail lets you further drill down, go back to Payables to find it, and then click on the details, and it shows you every bill that's overdue, and the aging intervals as well. You can select the different buckets. Let's match this one to the one that we just created over in our summary. And now it shows you for ones that are over 2 months, these are the specific bills that you have not paid and the amount of time. This is incredibly useful for tracking down what you might have missed. Your AP aging summary will show you what you owe and when you should have paid it, but your AP aging detail tells you exactly what you missed. Now, one more thing worth hammering home. Post your bills when they're received, not when they're paid. Even if only half the amount is due up front, the bill still needs to be entered so you know the full obligation exists. Parking that first half in prepaid expenses and skipping the bill entry entirely isn't best practice. And getting the timing right here is actually a part of the generally accepted accounting principles, not just a nice to have. Stay on top of this process and you'll never miss a payment. And if you have questions at all, we're here to help take the stress out of your books and make sure accounts payable in Zoho Books is actually working for you. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe button. And don't forget, if you need help with your Zoho implementation, or with your accounting and bookkeeping specifically, head on over to Zenatta.com and book a meeting. We would love to help. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.